Hey Pisces, welcome to your April 2024 monthly reading. We're just going to go ahead and get started, my friends, and jump straight in. I hope you're all doing well. So let's go ahead and have a look here, Pisces, and let's see what is going on. All right. You pulled the King of Cups, the Tower, the World card, Five of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, the Hangman, and the Four of Cups. All right, Pisces. It's very interesting. I feel like with this Tower, there's been some maybe unexpected changes here, or maybe something unexpected has come up, or maybe something unexpected happened here in the past with this Tower. Tower is also too, it's not always like where something unexpected happens. It can be actually a catalytic moment in your life that sparks some form of transformation that makes you see things differently. But the Tower is like one of those cards, and it's interesting because I feel like this Tower moment is actually showing you here like where it is that you've been doing things wrong. Like the Five of Pentacles being in the future position here, this is like you moving into a better place, but yes, there is a process of maybe of a little bit of difficulty, maybe feeling like you're left out in the cold, or feeling as if like you're having to let go of an old way of things and you're having to transition into a new way of things. But the new way, with the Five of Pentacles is what's actually going to create the value, the prosperity that you want in your life. And so back to what I was going to say about this Tower being in your current energy is that the Tower is like, it shows us where we have clung to a certain type of thing in our life, whether it's a belief system, whether it's a certain mindset, or it can be something physical as well. It can be really anything. But the Tower shows us like you've clung to this and you thought that this would always hold up, or you thought that this was always going to be the way you perceive things or the way you've always done things. But something comes in. The lightning on the Tower actually represents a breakthrough, right? It's like a flash of sudden breakthrough, like a sudden realization, or something suddenly happening. And it kind of shakes your foundation up. It shakes things up. And the Tower, it's getting struck down. What happens? You have to rebuild that Tower, right? A lot of times in life, we can create our own Tower moments to where we're like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm doing things differently. Or the universe will do it itself, right? It'll put us in a Tower position. And that's what I'm seeing here with your situation. It's like with this Five of Pentacles being in your future position, it's like you're letting go of an old way of things. And it's like the conventional way, because the Five of Pentacles is Mercury and Taurus. Taurus deals with the conventional ways of doing things. And we have your rawness in Taurus right now, and your rawness is a planet of instability. So everybody in a way is kind of getting thrown in instability, and we're all trying to, or instability, I should say. We're all trying to find stability in an unstable world. And not only that, put Jupiter in there, the planet that's the amplifier. Things are very unstable, and we're trying to find stability through, you can say chaos, or you can say just an unpredictable world through unpredictability. But it's interesting because I see you managing this really well. I feel like you're, with this King of Cups being your overall energy for the month, it's like, I don't really see you. The King of Cups is somebody who's emotionally devoted to something and he has a deep level of awareness to where he understands things on a deep level. And so when change happens, he doesn't cling to things. He allows himself to flow. And I see you doing exactly that. And it's almost like through the instability and through the unpredictability and through the changes that you're going through, it's like you're adapting to all this. So change isn't always necessarily a bad thing, right? It just depends on how adaptable and how flexible we can be through it all. And you're the most adaptable, flexible sign there is, Pisces. So this King of Cups being your overall energy, I see you being able to adapt to newer ways and transmuting the process and mutating into newer things here. The World card being in your challenge, the World card is a chapter. It represents chapters coming to a close, a new chapter is beginning. I already feel like a chapter closed here, though, right? Because your advice here is the Hangman, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. But I already feel like a chapter has closed and you're moving into a new beginning here. And it's interesting, you actually see like the world card is like a portal itself. It's like you've stepped into a new timeline. The tower could have shooken things up, and it's now putting you on a new timeline, and with a deeper level of awareness in regards to the new timeline that you're wanting to move down upon. Going to your next card here, you pulled the Knight of Wands in the position of something that you're unaware of at this time. The Knight of Wands is one of my cards is like being bold, being courageous, being fearless. Like sometimes we fear change, right? Or sometimes maybe we're hesitant. We got Chiron on the North Node. Chiron's in Aries on the North Node with Aries. Aries is all about self-determination, being fearless, being bold, being courageous. And the Knight of Wands embodies all of that. But with Chiron on that North Node, it can feel like weird. It can feel like to where you feel like you're not good enough, or you don't have the energy or the strength or the courage, or it can just feel difficult. You feel resistance, you feel adversity. But the Knight of Wands is saying like it's through the difficulty and the resistance that you find the greatest gift that Chiron does have to offer, right? Chiron represents our deepest wounds, represents our inadequacies, our insecurities, where we feel like we're just not good enough. But it's through embracing the struggle, Five of Pentacles in the future, like you realize like, holy fuck, like, okay, like I'm actually better than I thought, or actually this is turning out way better than I thought. But it is about, because I have Chiron on North Node. I was born with Chiron on North Node. My Chiron's in Libra, kind of like the North Node. So I understand this energy very well. You pulled the Hangman here as your advice. The Hangman is about allowing your consciousness to reorient towards something new, right? Something else that is newer, that has a newer meaning, that gives you a deep sense of meaning. And sometimes the Hangman can represent like to where it's like we need to be still for maybe a little bit. We don't need to rush the process, right? We don't need to feel like we need to control everything. It's about surrendering and allowing ourselves to naturally allow things to take its course and allow things to happen, right? That's where he gets the enlightenment, right? He hangs upside down and then boom, he becomes enlightened. He sees things in a new perspective, but it's first through the surrendering process of letting go that he sees a new perspective. You pulled the Four of Cups here in the outcome. Very interesting. I want to say this, Pisces. The trajectory in which you're going at this time and how things are shaping out, you have a choice, I feel, that you have to make, especially with this Knight of Wands. Four of Cups could be, especially with the Knight of Wands here and the Hangman, to where we get discouraged, to where we feel we don't want to face our inadequacies. We don't want to face our insecurities. We convince ourselves that we don't have the strength, or the good things aren't going to happen for us. And we could fall into this kind of woe is me energy. And so I'm seeing here with the Four of Cups, I feel like you can easily navigate this energy. Just because I pulled these cards doesn't mean that this is set in stone. This is just an energetic snapshot of the energy that's in your field, right? And you are in control of your destiny, and you have free will, and you have control over your own fate. And so by changing the structures by changing the energetic structures right now and that you're seeing in the reading, you can start to make better changes and swerve around this Four of Cups. Pull this third house card. It says communication here. It's interesting. Third house does do with communication. Maybe some of you have gotten unexpected communication, or maybe there's unexpected communication coming, but I'm not really picking up on that intuitively. The third house is also a house of ambition, and I'll explain here why. Third houses are how our emotions and our thoughts flow toward ourself, and then how they're projected outwardly, right? And so the Four of Cups is like a good indication. His emotions and his thoughts flowing toward himself at this time are all negative and pessimistic, which is why he's not doing anything with them. He's just choosing to not do anything and sit in the woe is me, right? And I'm not saying you're in the woe is me. I'm just keeping it real. And so it's about changing your mindset, right? Because mindset is what allows us to even be ambitious in the first place, right? And if we have desires or emotions, we figure out solutions, use the intellect to figure out how we can go about communicating or getting our desires, which is ambition. So I feel like you have a lot of ambition at this time, or you're finding this sense of ambition. But I feel like this whole thing is really about like mindset and understanding like your own thoughts and emotions and how you want them and where you want them to go, right? They can flow toward the negative or they can flow toward the positive. You pull Eye of the Needle, it says intentionality. If you have Aquarius in your chart, like in your top 3, I'll definitely watch the Aquarius reading because it's very similar and they pulled the same exact card. But this card's all about like your intentions. And it's your intentions at this time that are really going to shape and cultivate your reality. And so again, you can have a mindset that is focused with positive intentions and understanding what it is that you want to create and where it is that you want to go. Or you can be in the pessimistic side and just want to give up and not do anything. And so it's like very important to monitor your intentions at this time. You did pull this butterfly card. It says regeneration. I feel like this could be a very regenerative month, right? Regeneration is a process, right? You just don't like spark into regeneration. Like, it is a process. If you think about the butterfly, the process of the butterfly's regeneration, going from a caterpillar to the cocoon to the butterfly, that is a process. But that King of Cups being your overall energy is what I feel like is really holding it down for you this month. This is your ability to be able to improvise, adapt, and overcome your situations and find strength through it all that gives you, or that allows you to regenerate. Let's clarify this read, Pisces. Let's get more into this. Clarify this King of Cups here for your overall energy. High Priestess. High Priestess is the moon. A lot of people think it's Pisces. It can relate to Pisces, but it's actually the archetype of the moon. And the moon deals with our feelings, our inner emotions, our private emotions, our inner world, our intuition, all the spiritual things, the emotional stuff, the things that aren't tangible, right? And it also deals with your inner world. And so the overall energy, I feel like this is you really going through the process of, with the Tower, maybe deprogramming yourself or deconstructing these old structures that have not allowed you to be able to mutate as a Pisces you are, and adapt and find new solutions and become more aware, right? I think this is a whole process. I think this is a whole internal process that you're going through. Clarify this Tower for your current energy. You have the Lovers here. I feel also at this time in your current energy, it's like, it's interesting. I almost feel like the Lovers can represent love, right? So maybe this is like certain relationships, right, Pisces? But intuitively, I don't see any other relationships cards in this reading. The Lovers can talk about our purpose and feeling in alignment with Source, feeling in alignment with our souls and our destiny. And so at this time, maybe, and the Lovers also represents a choice, right? Maybe you've changed direction, right, in regards to where it is that you want to go, where it is that you're feeling called to because of some type of Tower, type of catalyst moment that you've had. What is your challenge at this time? You have the Nine of Cups here with the World card. Yeah, I just feel like you're wanting to move in the direction of what you actually desire, right? Nine of Cups is, he's satisfied because his desires are filled. Like, he's satisfied and content, right? He's spiritually whole. So he doesn't feel like he's ever lacking anything. And so I feel like your challenge at this time is like you're trying to get in that vibration here with the Nine of Cups. Clarify the Hangman as the advice, Four of Wands. Your advice here with the Hangman and the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is my card. It's Venus and Aries. It does deal with celebrations and good things happening. So I feel like the universe, the advice is saying like to focus on your own desires and the things that you do want to create that will boost your self-esteem or will boost your sense of empowerment or will boost your self-determination or just fulfill like your own sense of needs. But with this card being Venus and Aries, it really is about defining your individual values and how you want to go about creating them and going to go create them, understanding that you have the freedom to do that. Clarify the Knight of Wands. You have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is my card of being bold, standing up for what it is that you believe in, being your own authority, being confident in yourself. And I feel like Spirit is telling you to go for the things that you really want. Like I don't really see anything in your way. I don't see, there's only one Pentacle card in this whole reading. So it's not really telling me there's things that are materialistic things that are blocking you or the material world blocks. It's more so like these inner blocks. Clarify the Five of Pentacles in the future. You have the Eight of Cups here. Yep, I see you continuously walking away from the old, outdated ways of thinking, the mindsets that you once had, the beliefs that you once had, And it's interesting, I see you detaching from these emotional experiences as well, or like these emotional things that you've once attached yourself to. Because that tower created that, it like made it, it brought in a catalytic moment so you can detach here and start to really move in the direction of where your spirit is calling, and understanding what your destiny is, and the lifestyle with the Five of Pentacles that you want to create, and the prosperity that you do want to be immersed in, and the prosperity that you do want to create. Clarify the Four of Cups in the outcome. You pull the Three of Swords here. Pisces, I'm seeing you're gonna have, I feel like there's something here that you may be clinging to, that you're having to like let go of. And also Four of Cups, Three of Swords could be maybe something doesn't turn out the way you thought it would turn out. But that's the thing with being in these times. Like if your mind is fixated on one way of doing things, with Uranus and Taurus and Jupiter and Taurus, like there's so much instability that we're going through, that it's like in order to really be stable is to be adaptable. And this is what Saturn and Pisces is trying to teach us, is through understanding and having a deeper sense of awareness about reality and nature and the spiritual evolution of things, is that change is always necessary. Let's pull a extended outcome here for you. It's interesting. Pull the Two of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Nine of Pentacles here. I feel like through this whole process with this Hermit, it's like you're starting to become deeply more aware, and I think you're starting to learn through your experiences, and I think that's giving you what it is that you need to know. Like it's acting as a form of inner guidance, like the wisdom and what you've been learning through experience. And that's what's bringing the success with the Nine of Pentacles. It's like learning through the experience, using the knowledge that you've learned and applying it with the Two of Pentacles. And next thing you know, it's like you're reaping the rewards and the gains by doing the work, by doing that process, which is making your life more abundant with the Nine of Pentacles, but also making you understand and see all the blessings that you do have. And I think that's only going to encourage you and inspire you here even more with the Two of Pentacles, to keep creating and to be in an energy of creation and not an energy of like lack, right? So let's see here. Yeah, you pulled this 12th house introspection here. 12th house is like when we need to be, 12th house is like when we need to have a little bit more solitude to really understand our thought process and our emotions. So I feel like the universe is saying like maybe solitude will really help you through April. You pull this unmarked trail, says revelation. Definitely, I feel like once you change what your intentions are and you change your mindset, it's like you go down a new trail, and there's so many things that will, so many new experiences that will come up while you're walking down this new trail. But if you don't change the trajectory or change timelines, then it's like you're gonna walk down the same trail and do a loop that you've always done. You pull this air card. Air is all about reinvigoration, being able to change and improvise. And to go along with change, I think change is going to be your best friend this month, Pisces. But it's interesting, the King of Cups and the High Priestess is what's really holding it down for you. I feel like it's allowing you to be able to like, I think you have the wisdom and the maturity here to be able to make certain changes and do everything that it is that you need to do, although the process may be difficult. But it's like you really are adapting though quite well throughout the month, even though there's difficult things. So that's what I got for you, Pisces, in your April 2024 monthly reading. If you want to book a personal reading with me, that link will be down below. If you haven't yet subscribed, I encourage you to do so. Also hit the notification button bell as well. If you like the video, be sure to also hit that thumbs up button for me before you leave. And otherwise than that, Pisces, I will see y'all later.